Sampras again, a little uncertain about the call, none made, and the second set is Andre Agassi's by 6 games to 1. Must be quite some time since Pete Sampras lost a set to anybody by 6 games to 1. There's Andre Agassi's year-end rankings. See how he soared back up last year. At one stage, actually, early last year, he dropped out of the world's top 30, would you believe? Pete Sampras, first man since Ivan Lendl to start and end a year as #1, having been #1 throughout the year. That was last year. Through an extraordinary set in many ways.
Yes, Agassi certainly achieved his objective, and one imagined it struck him just late there in the last set that if he broke, he could start serving. Such an advantage, of course, because providing he holds, but even if he doesn't hold, if the opposition breaks, they can never be too far ahead of him. In other words, it's 3-2 rather than 4-1, that sort of scenario. But perhaps not an unexpected relapse by Sampras, and I think really due to the terrifically hard matches that he's had throughout this event.
Thank you. Seats quickly, please, at the end of the court.
When you've had a bit of a relaxation, as he was clearly towards the end of that set, how difficult is it to then say, right, here we go again?
Well, I think it's not actually that difficult. It's more easy, I think, if you're serving first. The stakes are so high.
Third set, 1 set all.
15.
Ace number 4.
What?
Well, the only other time Andre served any double faults in this match was the one game where he lost his serve.
Well, you heard him saying to himself, come on. He realized he didn't want to give points away, that there's an eagerness to get on top. This, I think, suggests why he's coming into the net here. He's made very few approaches to the net in most of his matches, Agassi, only about 4 or 5 times a set. Sampras comes into the net about 20 times, 25 times.
Outfoxed his opponent there. Agassi covering the cross court.
A sign up there which says Sampras is the best of the best. Jim Courier says he's got the best serve in town.
Thank you.
There was a glimmer of a chance there for Sampras at setting all, but now coming up will be a key game for the defending champion. 1-love, third set. Well, one of the key games, I think, coming up for this match. Sampras, having lost his serve 3 times in that second set, has to start well in the third. Love 1.
15 all.
And that reaction from Agassi suggests he knows just how important a game this might be.
Yes, you might think it pretty unusual that because Sampras has such an outstanding serve that he should lose a set 6-1. In fact, it's the 4th time that Agassi's won a set against him 6-1. Testimony to his returning.
And that was just wide, no doubt about that.
Dismissed. It just looked like dismissed.
Yes, he mishit it slightly, and it was certainly just out.
Game, Sampras.
On the 11th ace, Sampras is back down to work. A love service game.
1 all.
Wonderful length in that rally from Sampras, driving Agassi back where he doesn't like to be, behind the baseline.
Locked in.
Yes, and a good illustration, the difference between stretching wide in the forehand. Sampras had to do it and played that squash shot to get the ball back. Much more difficult on the backhand side to retrieve like that.
15 all.
Just a little bit concerned about that previous call, and this can happen to Agassi. He can get rattled. He's no doubts that that was in, but he's still thinking back.
Sampras beginning to construct some nice points. Agassi having to do the running. Careful, Andre. You blew your top and blew the match in Frankfurt.
Juice.
Well, such a pity as far as Sampras is concerned, because Agassi's on the boil here, in a stew mentally. Strange how suddenly it happens.
Sampras with no strings wins the point. Extraordinary.
He said, maybe I should play with a fishing net after all.
over to sampras.
Must be galling for Agassi. I mean, he's in a torment already, and he knows the guy's played an entire point with the racket bust and still beat it.
Yes, this is one pirate who didn't like that scene at all.
And of course, it's a second break point for Sampras. Sampras breaks. The battle is on again.
Sampras leads 2-1.
Now then, Mr. Director, do us a favour. Turn your cameras on Mr. Agassi, because how is he going to control himself in this changeover? It looks as if he's very wisely counting to 20, or perhaps 200. They'll have got that racket restrung in about 10 minutes. It'll be back in the Sampras armoury. There we are.
Yes, it's a very important stage of the match, this really, because of this simmering of Agassi. He was on top of Sampras, as far as I was concerned, in Frankfurt. Was going at it hammer and tongs, much as he's been doing here, hitting the ball even harder, hitting with the power that Sampras has, and really trying to eliminate Sampras pretty quickly. And of course it didn't quite work. It wasn't happening quite as quickly as he liked, and he blew his top. And in a way, you could just see it coming there when he questioned umpire McEwen's call, particularly as he was wrong. So he's really got to control it, and surely on this sort of stage in front of so many eyes he'll do it. But he's his own man. He blew it in Frankfurt, and there were just as many perhaps there.
Blew it in Munich as well, Grand Slam Cup against Magnus Larsson. Those figures, incidentally, you were seeing during the change of ends are all in American dollars, and you can basically triple them for what they've actually earned. Those are just what they've earned on the court, as it were. Then you add on the endorsements and the exhibitions and so on. Obviously a local celebrity. Oh, that's brilliant. That is extraordinary. This is an amazing shot from Agassi. First aggressive lob of the match, and a real chance of a break back. Ace number 12. Well, he's managed to turn his anger into aggression and adrenaline. 2 break back points.
Yes, you're absolutely right. He's directed it at the ball, and it's coming off. Good for the game, I think. In that if he blew his top and lost his control of the ball and himself, it would be disturbing all round.
Well, now we've got what we really wanted. Both men playing superbly at the same time.
Agassi just so determined to get back in this right away. He doesn't want to find himself in a deficit here of 2-1.